Today we're going to do a typical Spanish dish, cuttlefish with onions, using one of our local produce, which is sepia or cuttlefish. So they're nice thin strips of onion. They're going to go into the frying pan with some garlic and olive oil, and we'll add this to the olive oil. And we're going to let that cook down. It's going to take about 15 minutes or so. Okay, after 15 or 20 minutes or so, our onions have cooked down nicely with the garlic, and we're going to proceed to add the rest of the ingredients. 2 small chilies to the pan, a little bit of bay leaf, 2 or 3 bay leaves, and then we have some sweet pepper, a glass of white wine, and then we're going to add in our grated ramillete tomatoes. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to it, and we let that cook away slowly for 4 or 5 minutes. And we're just going to cut the cuttlefish into cubes. And the very important part of the cuttlefish for the flavour is to use the spleen, or the melzer as they call it in Spanish. And once the garlic starts to brown nicely, we'll add in our cuttlefish. It's important at this stage not to season the cuttlefish, because the cuttlefish tends to go a little bit tough if it's got salt in it at the moment. So we wait until the end to season the whole dish together. We're going to add a little brandy to it, and if we can, we'll flambe it. And now that the sepia with the garlic has been fried, we're going to add this back into the tomato sauce. I like to add some pine kernels at this stage. No Majorcan dish, traditional dish. Just finished with some pine kernels and some sultanas. As I say, 10 or 15 minutes more, and then we'll turn the temperature down and let it simmer away for about 20 more minutes. As you can see, after 25-30 minutes of cooking, the sauce has reduced down. It's got all the flavour now of the cuttlefish and the spleen of the cuttlefish. And now we're ready to serve. We just stir that in. As a typical Majorcan tapa or a starter dish. And it goes perfectly served with some lightly toasted Majorcan bread. That's the traditional cuttlefish with onions.